Leandro Paredes is facing his worst nightmare as explosive new video angles force FIFA into a shocking move that could end his career on the spot. Just when the 32-year-old Argentina midfielder thought he'd skated away from his disgraceful behavior at the World Cup final, damning broadcast recordings resurfaced this week, and it turned a routine investigation into an absolute legal execution. FIFA didn't just review the tape, they quietly expanded their investigation to trigger a nuclear option that world football hasn't seen since Luis Suarez was banned from stepping foot inside a stadium. We aren't talking about a simple 5-match international suspension anymore. Paredes isn't just facing 3 formal assault charges for putting his hands on Spanish players. He is now staring down a total, worldwide banishment from all football activity. That means no Argentina matches, no Boca Juniors fixtures, 0 official training sessions, and complete exclusion from every stadium on Earth. The escape hatch he was planning to use? Destroyed. The loophole he relied on? Slammed shut. FIFA is under more global pressure right now than at any point in modern history, and they are preparing to drop a nuclear sentence that will echo through the sport for decades. Across 12 relentless years in top-flight football, Paredes made a living by pushing limits, grabbing necks, and skating on thin ice. But right now, in real time, he is about to find out what happens when you finally run out of road. To understand why FIFA's ethics committee is preparing to drop a career-ending hammer, you have to look at the massive cover-up attempt that started it all, and the explosive evidence that blew it wide open. Immediately after the final whistle sounded on Spain's dramatic extra-time victory over Argentina, absolute chaos erupted near the technical areas. Official TV feeds briefly showed referee Slavko Vincic issuing a post-match red card to Paredes. But within 24 hours, FIFA issued a bizarre defensive statement claiming the red card entry on the broadcast feed was merely a system reporting error. For 3 days, the media celebrated. Argentine outlets reported that Paredes had escaped completely clean. That administrative mix-up was nothing more than the calm before an absolute catastrophe. FIFA didn't let him off. Behind closed doors, they opened a massive, full-scale prosecution. Paredes was formally slapped with 3 independent counts of violent assault under Article 14 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code. First charge: unprovoked physical assault on defender Eric Garcia, culminating in a direct, violent strike to the throat. Second charge: a separate physical assault on 21-year-old midfielder Gavi, violently grabbing him and throwing him onto the pitch. Third charge: direct, hostile confrontation with match officials and opposition coaching staff. Under FIFA's strict disciplinary handbook, every single count carries an automatic, non-negotiable 3-match minimum. Do the simple math. 3 charges equal a 9-match international suspension baseline. 9 matches alone wipes out Paredes' entire upcoming international calendar. But this is where FIFA's prosecutor made a shocking maneuver. Disciplinary rules state that if an athlete shows a documented history of dangerous play, investigators are legally required to stop treating the case as a single incident and start treating it as a habitual behavioral pattern. When FIFA's legal team went back into the archives, what they found was a terrifying rap sheet that changed the scope of the case forever. Cast your mind back to 2022. Qatar, the notorious quarter-final against the Netherlands. Paredes wipes out Nathan Ake and then deliberately drills a dead ball at 80 miles per hour straight into the Dutch substitute bench, starting a 30-man brawl that almost got the match abandoned. At the time, world football gave him the benefit of the doubt. People called it high stakes. They called it World Cup passion. Fast forward to 2026. Just days after leaving the World Cup final brawl in New Jersey, while fully aware that he was under active FIFA investigation for physical assault, what did Paredes do during a domestic match for Boca Juniors? During a stoppage in play, with the entire football world watching his every single move through a magnifying glass, Paredes booted a dead ball directly into an opponent's chest once again. Let that sink in. A 32-year-old veteran player, actively staring down the barrel of a life-altering FIFA sanction, could not restrain his violent impulses for 90 minutes. He didn't care about the cameras. He didn't care about his club. He didn't care about FIFA's judges in Zurich. This isn't a good guy who lost his head in a stressful moment. This is a serial offender who operates under the assumption that he is completely untouchable. By repeating his exact trademark offense while under federal investigation, he handed FIFA the exact legal weapon they needed to destroy him. If you think a 9-match ban sounds bad, you don't understand how FIFA operates when they decide to make an example out of someone. Football history isn't written on mercy, it's written on brutal precedents. Every single precedent in FIFA's vault spells total ruin for Leandro Paredes. Precedent number 1. The Luis Suarez total exclusion in 2014. 2014 World Cup. Luis Suarez bites Giorgio Chiellini. FIFA gave him an initial 9-match international ban. But because Suarez had a documented pattern of biting opponents, FIFA didn't stop at the international border. They invoked Article 70 of the FIFA disciplinary code, the nuclear option. They extended his sentence to all football-related activity worldwide. 4 months of total banishment. 0 club matches for Barcelona, 0 training ground access, 0 entry into any stadium on planet Earth. Suarez had just completed the biggest transfer of his life to Barcelona, and he spent his first 4 months isolated in a private residence, banned from stepping onto a pitch. Why? Because FIFA claimed global jurisdiction over any player who disgraced their tournament on worldwide television. Precedent number 2. The Eric Cantona execution in 1995. Eric Cantona launches a kung fu kick into the stands at a fan. One single, outrageous public moment. One kick, 1 second of madness. 9 months erased from all football. Not 9 matches, 9 full calendar months. His entire season was wiped out instantly because the governing body decided the image of the sport was worth more than one star player's career. Precedent number 3. The Paolo Di Canio official push in 1998. Paolo Di Canio gets a red card, snaps, and pushes referee Paul Alcock to the turf. The cost: 1 push, 11 matches, massive financial fines. Now look at Paredes' track record. Paredes has invaded referees' personal space, screamed in their faces, and forced officials to physically shove him backward on global television across multiple years. If 1 push cost Di Canio 11 matches, what is a 12-year record of systemic aggression worth to FIFA's judges? This is where the legal battle gets dirty. Sensing that the hammer was about to drop, Paredes and his legal team immediately scrambled for a back door. Reports out of Buenos Aires revealed that Paredes was actively preparing to announce his immediate retirement from the Argentina national team. In a post-game interview, when asked if he had played his last game for his country, Paredes dropped a calculated response, saying, "I don't know. It's a process. You have to digest it, think it through. It's certainly something that needs to be discussed." Why drop retirement hints during an active assault investigation? Simple: the Zidane loophole. When Zinedine Zidane headbutted Marco Materazzi in the 2006 World Cup final, FIFA handed him a 3-match suspension. But Zidane immediately retired from football altogether. He served 0 days of his ban. He walked away a free man. Paredes thought he could pull off the exact same stunt, retire from international duty, let FIFA issue a meaningless 9-match international ban, and walk away clean while earning millions playing for Boca Juniors in South America. Except there's one massive problem with his plan. Zidane retired from all football. Paredes wants to keep playing for Boca. Under Article 70, if FIFA determines that an international sanction must be extended worldwide to protect the integrity of the sport, retirement from national team duty does nothing. If FIFA applies the Suarez model, quitting the Argentina squad saves him 0 days. He cannot play in the Argentine Primera División. He cannot play in the Copa Libertadores. He cannot enter Boca Juniors training complex for a single session. The escape hatch is welded shut. The trap is sprung. Why would FIFA go to such extreme lengths over one player? Because this isn't about Leandro Paredes anymore. This is about FIFA's survival as a credible authority. Let's be completely real. Gianni Infantino's organization is facing an unprecedented global public relations nightmare. Following years of fan outrage, ticketing controversies, and organizational scandals surrounding the expanded World Cup, FIFA cannot afford to look like a weak, helpless police force. For decades, FIFA swept player violence under the rug with pathetic $15,000 fines. To a multimillionaire athlete, a $15,000 fine isn't a punishment. It's a cheap fee to act like a bully on live television. Think about the toxic message that sends to millions of young kids watching around the world. When young players watch a global star choke an opponent, throw a teenager to the ground, attack officials, and walk away with a slap on the wrist, it teaches them that sportsmanship is a lie and rules are only for the weak. FIFA knows the entire world is watching this verdict. Sponsors are watching. Broadcasters are watching. Millions of fans are watching. FIFA knows that if they let Paredes off with a light fine, they forfeit their right to govern the sport. So, when the official announcement comes down from Zurich, what does Paredes's final sentence actually look like? Let's break down the exact mathematical formula FIFA's judges are using right now. 3 assault charges equals a baseline 9 matches. Add in habitual pattern escalation plus the Article 70 worldwide mandate, and you get total career interruption. The minimum 5-match rumor was a pipe dream put out by defense attorneys. With new video angles confirmed, repeat offenses documented at Boca Juniors, and Article 70 activated, a nuclear verdict of 6 to 12 months worldwide is now the primary path forward. At 32 years old, being stripped of all football activity for up to a year means a complete ban from domestic and continental club play, a total ban from national team selection, and an unprecedented loss of conditioning, rhythm, and market value at the very end of his career. Leandro Paredes spent a decade acting like the rules didn't apply to him. Now, he is about to become the ultimate warning to anyone who thinks they are bigger than the game itself. The official verdict from FIFA headquarters is coming down any day now, and when it hits, it will shake global football to its absolute core. Now I want to hear from you. Where do you stand on this decision? Option A, should FIFA activate Article 70, execute the Suarez model, and ban Leandro Paredes from ALL football worldwide to clean up the sport? Or, Option B, do you think FIFA will back down and let him slip through the Zidane loophole? Drop your vote in the comments right now. I'm jumping in to reply to the best takes. The final decision is dropping extremely soon. Hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the moment the final sentence is handed down. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.